5 reasons INFJs prefer to be alone. Extroverted feelings emerge when an INFJ male walks behind a woman in the streets at night, slowing his pace or crossing the street to increase the distance between him and the woman, making her feel less on edge. Overall, extroverted feelings are the social ace up the INFJ's sleeve that can be used whenever we need it. Isn't that fantastic? There is, however, a catch. This is part of what you will learn about INFJs in this video. Welcome to Psych IQ. Is it better to be alone or not? That is not even a question for INFJs. They enjoy being alone, whether it is to reconnect with themselves or to focus on their life's purpose. On autopilot, extroverted feelings. The thing about extroverted feelings is that they tend to trigger automatically when INFJs are in a social situation. INFJs are one of Myers-Briggs' 8 introverted personality types. What are some other reasons they enjoy being alone? Being a loner is one of many people's worst nightmares, but INFJs seem to thrive in it. Let's take a look at 5 reasons why INFJs prefer to be alone. Number 1. INFJs prefer to be alone in order to reconnect with themselves. As you may know, INFJs are known for their ability to feel the emotions of others. More on this later. INFJs go through their days absorbing a wide range of impressions from their surroundings and the people they interact with. Because they are more sensitive to these types of emotional impressions, they may have a more difficult time processing them than the average person. The INFJ excels at harmony, and we have an almost alien-like ability to shapeshift our energy, verbal, and nonverbal communication to fit the social situation at hand. Breaking eye contact with the person you're talking to every 5 seconds because you sense they're uncomfortable, which makes you uncomfortable, but trying to hide your own discomfort so the other person doesn't get more uncomfortable. Someone attempting to outdo you by boasting about what they've accomplished while you know you've accomplished far more, but won't hold it against them because you sense their fragile ego would be shattered. Being held hostage socially in a commute situation where you happen to run into the proverbial old classmate you haven't seen in 15 years and now have to talk to, but still have nothing in common with, but manage to find that 0.001% of common ground and pull material for conversation from that to survive the otherwise awkward 1-hour public transportation journey with a witnessing audience. Phew. I believe you have a good idea. INFJs are capable of being both everything and nothing at the same time. Our INFJ shapeshifter ability is often a lifesaver, but because we do it so frequently and with such skill, we can lose touch with ourselves. We run the risk of being able to become almost anyone while almost being no one. INFJs are the metaphorical mirror, holding everyone else's reflection but our own. INFJs prefer to be alone because it allows us to reconnect with ourselves. That is when we collect our thoughts. We need time to let the emotional impressions of the day settle so that our inner world is clear again and we can see ourselves, just as snow in a Christmas snow globe decoration needs time to settle after being shaken. Number 2. INFJs, to turn off extroverted feelings, prefer to be alone. Extroverted feeling, represented by the letter F, is the 3rd cognitive function in INFJ. This function gives us the ability to sense what others are feeling and needing at any given time. Extroverted feelings are our secret weapon when it comes to measuring the temperature of the social room and keeping it nice and warm for everyone. It manifests as the INFJ being the first to notice that the music playlist has stopped at a social gathering and playing some more music that fits the mood, although Spotify helps us out big time nowadays. It manifests in the INFJ standing up from the new friend's couch to properly introduce himself or herself to that friend's parents because they know the older generation values that respect. Extroverted feelings emerge when an INFJ male walks behind a woman in the streets at night, slowing his pace or crossing the street to increase the distance between him and the woman, making her feel less on edge. Overall, extroverted feelings are the social ace up the INFJ's sleeve that can be used whenever we need it. Isn't that fantastic? There is, however, a catch. On autopilot, extroverted feelings. The thing about extroverted feelings is that they tend to trigger automatically when INFJs are in a social situation. It doesn't matter if you're at a family birthday party or making prolonged eye contact with a stranger in a grocery store, which we must do for some reason. Although this function is one of the powerful driving forces behind the INFJ's revered warmth and empathy, the trade-off is that it activates on its own when we signal just any human or dog or cat in the periphery. Obviously, this can be extremely tiring. INFJs prefer to be alone in order to allow their extroverted feeling function to rest for a while. Because you chose solitude, there is no one around to activate this powerful function. When we're alone, we don't have to think about anyone else's feelings except our own. We finally have some control over the extroverted feeling when we are alone, and we can turn it off and rest. Number 3. INFJs prefer solitude because they value quality time over quantity. Absence, they say, makes the heart grow fonder. It is not unusual for INFJs to be absent for most of their friends' social gatherings. However, this does not imply that they dislike their friends. As lovers of beauty, we value quality time in relationships over quantity time. INFJs naturally focus on the essence of their partners and seek to understand their soul. Furthermore, those deeper, higher quality, authentic conversations and interactions provide us with soul energy. Those are the times when our being comes to life. When we are immersed in such conversations with our good friends, we may feel joyful, creative, blissful, compassionate, inspired, timeless, or at peace. During those quality moments, both parties bring their own distinct perspectives, emotions, and experiences to the table. As the conversation progresses to higher and higher levels of aliveness, that soul energy becomes our sustenance. I truly believe that this is where soul energy emerges and nourishes those involved in the interaction. But after a while, it's time to return to one's own life, so to speak. New experiences allow you to have something to say. It's time to channel the energy from high-quality interactions into our daily lives. During those times, you get a better sense of life in your own unique way. You'll absorb that, and when the time comes to see your good friends again, you'll bring that fresh and new life experience and energy into the interaction. Then we'll go back to our friends and say something. It's perfectly fine if you want to see your friends every day. Many people do not require that time away from their friends, but INFJs do. They regard quality time as magical. We incubate that potential magic for our next encounters while we are away, but we must be willing and able to miss others for a short time. Number 4. INFJs prefer solitude because they enjoy entertaining themselves. Being alone as an INFJ is frequently just a byproduct of being excellent at self-entertainment, reading, writing, or simply browsing the internet at random to satisfy their curiosity. They could easily pass the time like this. Check out the Wisdom page for interesting resources. When they're alone, they can let their minds wander and see where they end up. What is it that makes them so adept at amusing themselves? Do they have such a wide range of interests? Is it because they don't require much to be entertained? Or are they simply uninteresting? You'd think so, given that all they need is a wall to stare at. Bored? There's no way. Despite the fact that I've been bored at my 9-to-5 job for the past 7 years, INFJ career crisis and bored out, I can't remember the last time I was bored in my spare time, and my life isn't particularly exciting. I only know it happens once a year. When it comes up, I get a little drowsy and pause, thinking, I can't believe it. I believe I am currently bored. As the vague feeling of listlessness passes from my upper body down through my legs and to my feet in 30 seconds, I am struck by how rare this moment is, and my amazement lifts the boredom. INFJs appear calm on the outside, but there is a lot going on inside. Their minds can be compared to a lifetime subscription to a cosmic Netflix account accessed via a VPN connection to a moon server. How could we possibly be bored in this life with so much to wonder about? Visiting friends is thus possibly less common for the INFJ, as it is just one of the many ways to entertain oneself. When your INFJ friend comes to visit, make sure to compliment him or her. Now you know it was their deliberate decision to visit you, and not just to pass the time. Number 5. INFJs prefer to be alone in order to focus on their life's purpose. Let's be honest, finding one's life purpose can be a difficult task for many people. Some people believe there is no such thing as a life purpose. They're seriously missing out, according to the INFJ. Although INFJs struggle to find their purpose, the idealistic dreamer in them drives them to investigate what it might be. Nothing can inspire them more than a clear vision for their own life. Even if that vision isn't yet 2020, when it's compelling enough, it can provide an almost unwavering drive to achieve it. However, the so-called deep soul necessitates extensive investigation, which takes time, enormous amounts of time. INFJs prefer to be alone because they understand that the key to living in the bliss of a beautiful life is to excavate and bring to the surface the most authentic parts of their soul. It's clear that this isn't going to happen overnight, but we must maintain the process on a regular basis. If we fail to do so for an extended period of time, we may experience a haunting sense of unease. It is most important to us in this lifetime to be our best selves and help or love our loved ones. However, the road to our ultimate goal is a lonely one. There appear to be several reasons why INFJs prefer to be alone. Can you think of any others? Because of their enigmatic rarity and versatile characteristics, the INFJ personality has recently gained popularity. As a result, some people prefer to be perceived as such. Don't hurt yourself by attempting, because this personality is designed to thrive in solitude. Forcing yourself to be like them as an extrovert is akin to trying to be a fish as a human. You won't be able to breathe underwater if you don't have gills. INFJs breathe in solitude as they travel deeper and deeper into their natural habitat. Do you find any other reason of what INFJs prefer to be alone? Leave your comments below. Thanks for watching.